Hey everyone, my name is Alex and welcome to a video where we're going to take a pretty deep look into what we already know about the two brand new civilizations coming to Civ 6 in the third installment of the New Frontiers Pass. Now yes, we haven't had the first look yet, and yes, there is certainly a lot we don't know about these civs, which is exciting. But if you break down the trailer, you can actually learn a fair bit about Gaul and also learn some stuff about Byzantium, including their unique unit, I think. Maybe we can imply who could lead them and all that kind of stuff, and as well as bonuses. So there's a lot we've already learned. So if you want an insight into that, this is the video for you. If you don't, because you just want it all to be a big surprise, I'd click off now because I'm going to start going through it. So the first thing I want to say is that I was wrong. I mean, I said that I'd be shocked if not one of these civilizations was an Asian civ, and none of them were. So hopefully we'll get more Asian civs further down the line. Vietnam looks sort of likely for the future. And secondly, I just want to mention that I'm going to be breaking down the rest of this trailer in the coming days, including the new game mode. So if you want to see that, plus reaction to the first look videos, then make sure you subscribe. But let's crack on with today's video. Okay, so let's start with Gaul, because there's so much more we already know about Gaul than Byzantium. So Gaul is described in the trailer as having some beefy boosts related to culture and production, but don't mistake the Gauls for peace-loving artists. Basically, they do have military bonuses as well. So to start off with, let's take a look at something I found really interesting, and that is mines, because it looks like Gaul is going to have some sort of culture bonuses to mines, or at least mines on strategic resources. So from the trailer, and I'll zoom in now on screen, it looks like in the early game you're going to get +1 culture when you build a mine, either just as standard or on a strategic resource as we have seen here. Now, that's a nice little culture bonus, but maybe that'll get beefed up as the game goes on. Maybe that'll go to +2 culture later on. I don't know, but we're getting at least +1 culture per mine, it looks like. What we also saw from the video was that when you build these mines, and when Gaul builds mines, it's going to culture bomb, which is something not used so much in Civ 6 culture bombing. I know Poland can culture bomb, but we've not seen it too many times, so it's really cool that we're going to be able to culture bomb by building mines, so Gaul's going to be able to grab more territory, which is obviously very nice. So what kind of things does this mean? Well, first of all, we can see that probably long game, Gaul is going to be a civ capable of winning a culture victory if we've already getting culture bonuses in what we've seen. But also, just for kind of people interested, I'm pretty sure Gaul's going to have a bias towards hilly terrain and maybe strategic resources like copper, so I'd expect a lot of that sort of stuff when you play as Gaul. Okay, so one final thing I want to mention on the subject of mines, and this could be totally wrong, this is just me sort of guessing on this specific point, but could mines perhaps give adjacency bonus to theatre squares? Now the reason I think this is, take a look at this screenshot here. The city just seems weirdly planned out to me. That's not how I'd plan out that city. And if you look at the theatre square, it's got 2 adjacent mines. So I do wonder if it could perhaps, 2 mines give it an adjacent culture or something. It's just a bit of a stab in the dark, but I wouldn't be totally surprised to see if that was a thing. Moving on to something which is a little bit more certain than that little guess right there. But another one of Gaul's bonus looks like it's going to be they can build a secondary encampment in every city. And this secondary encampment does look unique to Gaul, because as you can see from the screenshot right here, they look different. One encampment looks far different than the other one. By the way, we know that each city is allowed a standard encampment and a unique second one, because we see it multiple times in the trailer. Obviously, there's that footage I've just shown you there, but there's also this screenshot. I'm going to keep dragging this screenshot up because it's quite useful, where it looks like there's multiple cities with multiple encampment districts, which is really exciting and is going to make Gaul a very tough civilization to conquer. Now, one final thing I want to mention on this is that I doubt that both districts will have the ability to have buildings in them. For example, I think the standard encampment is going to be able to have buildings. I just think it will, because it always has done. But I don't think you're going to be able to build buildings in the second encampment, because that would probably be a bit too OP. So I think this secondary encampment unique to Gaul is going to be there pretty much just for defensive bonuses, and I think it's probably going to work very well. Onto the unique unit now, and we do not have a name for this unique unit, but from the footage we've seen, I think it's pretty obvious it's going to be a replacement for the warrior, which does make sense if you think about when Gaul was most prominent in history. Now, the reason I think it's going to be a replacement for the warrior is that there's one specific screenshot where we're in the ancient era with Gaul, we're playing as Gaul, but there's no warriors to be seen on screen, but multiple of what looks like Gaul's unique unit, like that is Gaul's unique unit, and because we don't see any warriors on screen, I do think it's a replacement for the warrior. Moving on to the capital city now, and to the last bits of information we already know about Gaul. So we know that their capital is going to be Aduatuca. I think I pronounced that right. I'm so bad at pronunciation. Anyone that watches multiple of my videos knows that. But anyway, in real life, this city was the name of one or more fortified settlements in the region of the Rhine during the wars of Julius Caesar. So that's pretty much where its name comes from. However, that's probably important because if you get thinking about their leader, and by the way, in these trailers, they've started making it so much harder to pull the information out, especially the leader. In previous trailers, it was pretty much there, but they're trying to stop us guessing who it is. But knowing that their capital is Aduatuca makes it sort of likely that the person leading Gaul is going to be the person on screen now, because I can't pronounce his name, so I'll just put it in writing. But I think this because this person is the chieftain who led the Gaul tribes in the war which was relevant to Aduatuca. The Gaul wars against Julius Caesar, I think it was. So, with this being the capital city, I think it therefore makes this leader very, very likely to lead Gaul. Okay, so now we are done with Gaul, and that's pretty much everything we know so far. Maybe I'll not be 100% on everything I've talked about, but I think we can start to get a real gist of what Gaul's going to be about. But let's move on to Byzantium, because Byzantium is a civ I absolutely wanted in Civ 6 for a long time. I didn't think it was likely because we had the likes of the Ottoman Empire, Georgia, Greece, so many civs, which made Byzantium unlikely. But it's here, which is really exciting. So in the trailer, they described Byzantium as all about conquest, either militarily or religiously. I'd remember that religiously bit because I think that's going to become important when we talk about who could possibly lead them in a second. Now, unlike Gaul, we did not get much information from this trailer about Byzantium at all. But one thing we did get was that their unique unit is probably going to be the Dromon, or however you pronounce it. This was their unique unit in Civ 5, and what it is, as you can see on screen, is it is a fire-breathing ranged attack galley, basically, or a ranged attack naval unit from very early on in the game. So it's pretty exciting to know we're going to have fire-breathing in Civ 6. That's cool. Now, apart from that, we know basically nothing about Byzantium. So we don't know any unique bonuses and stuff like we could sort of infer from the Gauls. But we could possibly predict who's going to lead them. So if I could have a preference and pick anybody to lead Byzantium, I'd pick Justinian. I studied Justinian at uni. I thought it was fascinating. I thought he would be really cool. And what could also be really nice about Justinian is he could lead Rome, as could some of the other ones. But Justinian's sort of considered the last Roman emperor, so that would work quite well. Another possible leader is Theodora. Now, Theodora was actually the husband of Justinian. She led Byzantium in Civ 5 and was the most brilliant empress to Justinian. She played a major part in his reforms and the reforms he gets credit for. And she also had her own achievements, including her management of a major revolt and her involvement in helping women far less fortunate than her. One of the reasons I think it could be Theodora as well is that they like to give a good balance to male and female leaders. Civ 6 has probably got the most female leaders we have ever seen in a Civ game, so Theodora is probably quite a good bet in that way. The final suggestion, and this sort of comes from the fact that Byzantium is going to be not just about conquest but also religion, is that I think it could be Constantine the Great. He obviously was the first Byzantine emperor to sort of accept Catholicism and Christianity, in the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire or whatever. So I think he could lead Byzantium, but they're the more likely suggestions. It could be some others, but they'd probably be my first three guesses. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, but let me know if I missed anything or maybe got something wrong. Let me know also what you think to this expansion pass down in the comment section below. I do like getting back to you, so hopefully there'll be plenty to talk about. Also, like I said, if you want to see more Civ 6 content, including a breakdown of the rest of the trailer and reaction to the first look videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you want to see another one of our Civ 6 videos, then check out the video in the box below. Also, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to see plenty more Civ content. My name is Alex, and I will see you in another video soon.